Very good. Next question is very simple.
My king.
And that question, so you had an immense happiness around being with your family, eating the food. Does that happiness is still present?
No.
No.
Well,
Well,
I'm
I'm
still
still
happy,
happy,
but
but
it's
it's
different.
different.
It is different. It is different. Different means that level of happiness, that degree of happiness, that intensity of happiness is not present at this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't worry about anything I have discussed until today. Ask your mind what is the reason. I celebrated an event, before the event, during that event, after that event. For a day or two, there is an immense happiness, and after that, happiness fades away. My goal is to be happy all the time, in all locations, with everyone.
Mhm.
Whether you are with a stranger like me or whether you are with your relations.
Yes.
Yes.
So, how you will work on that? You pick up only one thing, and that will take you. What happens, our master says, that when you are absorbed in finding, contemplating, and reflecting in finding that answer, the knowledge is revealed in your mind. You don't need a crazy teacher like me. You don't need to study the books. So that knowledge was revealed in the mind, revealed, revelation. It is not created, it is not produced. Nowadays, when you write a book, so you hire a literary agent who guides you that you have to write on this topic. I will choose the title and then I will come back to you. That is how you become a best selling author. Means what? It is purely an intellectual exercise. Revelation means your mind is silent, it is totally absorbed to find the answer of that question, and the knowledge is revealed in you. Knowledge falls. It showers like when you are under a shower, you feel the coolness. I'm just giving you, I have that experience, that's why I'm talking about it. Knowledge simply reveals. When one person talks about his or her problem in different sessions, the knowledge sometimes flashes. Oh, this is the problem. Come on, let me talk about this. So, going back to the same question, the happiness. I want happiness with everyone. I want happiness in all locations. I want happiness at all the time. So, my master used to say, celebrate every event, including Thanksgiving, including New Year's, including marriage anniversary.
He
He
said
said
celebrate
celebrate
it?
it.
Celebrate every event to explore that happiness is coming from within you. That is why you are happy. It is not because of any celebration, it is not because of any event.
That makes sense.
If the happiness is not within you, you celebrate any event. What difference it makes? Sometimes we celebrate event, you see that, you have been celebrating marriage anniversary for 10 years on the 11th year. Now you say, now I will celebrate the divorce day. So
True.
now, now you are not no longer a soulmate. Now you are a soulmate. So my master used to say that I want to complete now. He says that celebrate every event to explore where from that happiness comes. Now I celebrated a marriage day, I celebrated a birthday, I celebrated this day or that function or New Year's Day, etc., etc. I have to explore from where that happiness comes. It is because of the event. It is because you said that because I'm around and nearby my relations and people around me, and we had a good gala, lunch or dinner. So what?
Dinner.
Dinner. Oh, dinner. So we have a gala, lunch, and dinner. Almost you ate in dinner. You ate almost the same thing that you can eat anytime. We have a freedom.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is very clear that the food that you ate on the Thanksgiving did not give you the.
True.
True. You see, now how our masters puts their reasoning to clear the emotional clinging and wrong notion and error in perception. Second thing, you said, I agree with you, but then we have to explore. First, I agree, and then we need to explore. Are you not meeting your relations during the entire year? Yes, you meet them. Do they give you the same degree and amount of happiness as it has given you on Thanksgiving? Answer is no. Now, I want to explore where this happiness is located. One point answer by our masters that it is located in me. Master not only says it is located inside me, but I am of the nature of happiness.
But
But
wouldn't
wouldn't
you
you,
like
like,
you've
you've
always
always
been
been
like,
like,
whoa, is
whoa, is
happiness
happiness
here?
here?
Is
Is
happiness
happiness
here?
here?
Like,
Like,
where's
where's
happiness?
happiness? Very good question. Your question is good. That is the greatest wrong notion we keep all the time.
What's
What's
that,
that,
Girish?
Girish? Yes, we are coming to that question.
Like,
Like king. So, if happiness is located in the brain, then we can control the brain to give the flavor of happiness all the time. If the happiness is present in the hand, then the science has enough tools to control, to create such a chemical balance to give us the happiness. Now go slowly. Happiness is a state of consciousness. Let us take happiness is a state of mind. Add one more thing. You don't experience happiness when you are unconscious, like in deep sleep. Only when you wake up, then you say, I had a sound sleep and that I'm happy.
Yeah.
So, happiness is a conscious experience. Clear? So, I'm conscious of you, I'm conscious of the horse in the scene behind you, I'm conscious of a couple of bottles behind you. What it means? I'm conscious means I know you. I'm conscious of the horse means I know you. I'm conscious of this, I'm conscious of that. It means I'm consciousness, and that consciousness is of the nature of happiness. Now ask your question. Where the consciousness is located? It is here, it is in the brain, it is in every cell of the body. Where the consciousness is located. Now, understand in a different way.
Yeah.
There are many waves in the water. Tell me where the water is located, inside the wave and outside the wave.
It's
It's
everywhere.
everywhere.
Perfectly right. That consciousness is everywhere. In that consciousness, my body lives. My body lives in that consciousness. Consciousness does not live inside the body. That is the greatest wrong notion that we always have in our life, and we carry out our life with that wrong notion, and then we continue to grieve, suffer, we have pain and suffering. I'm conscious of pain, I'm conscious of pleasure, I'm conscious of blame, I'm conscious of praise, hence I'm consciousness. Consciousness does not know pain, suffering, grief. Body knows because of the consciousness. Wave is there because of the water, and the wave itself is the water. It appears as a wave. Contemplate and reflect that consciousness. In that consciousness lives my body, lives my mind, not the other way. It is all pervading. It is present. Or even in deep sleep, the consciousness is present, but the mind is not able, mind is not manifest, mind is not active. So that's why I don't experience I'm conscious. But if the consciousness is not there, that is my final day of the body. So consciousness is there, but the mind is not able to recognize because the mind is totally unconscious in deep sleep. Mind is partially awake in dream, and the mind is fully awake in waking state.
But
But consciousness,
it
it
doesn't
doesn't
have to
have to
do
do
with
with
like
like
being
being
alive
alive
or
or
dead.
dead.
You are right. Being alive is recognized by the same consciousness through the mind. But the life is one of many manifestations of consciousness.
Okay.
Consciousness does not need any kind of manifestation. Why? Consciousness does not have any desire. consciousness is absent of, free from all the pain, grief, and the suffering. So when the consciousness manifests through different instruments, what are those instruments? In this is a matter, the consciousness is totally hidden. Because if you give this mouse a life and the mind, the consciousness will manifest. It is still present. When you say consciousness is all pervading, so it has to be pervading here also. But we evolved from the matter. What came? Life. So in the life we find consciousness in the form of sensations. When this life evolved into mind, so mind has a cognitive ability. Consciousness was present in the matter, consciousness was present in the life, but the life cannot cognize. They do not have a cognitive ability. So when the life evolved into the mind, that mind cognized that I'm conscious of happiness. Clear, you touched upon a good topic.
Yeah.
So, I am conscious of happiness because my dad gave me a luxury car. Oh, so the happiness is present in the luxury car? That mistake I make. I'm conscious of happiness. That happiness manifested in the mind through that consciousness. So it means happiness is my essential nature. It means I should remember all the time. What should I remember? That whenever I grieve, I blame, I complain, I'm in pain, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not worthy of suffering, but I declare that I'm worthy of suffering. It is simply in ignorance. Is there any wave without water?
No.
But if I say this wave is causing me the harm, so I live in ignorance, the wave is also the water. So I fail to recognize that happiness coming out of me. I forget that. I live in ignorance. I live in error. Error of the mind is sorrow. Error of the mind is fear. Error of the mind is dissatisfaction. So my master used to say, now I'm completing. Why you celebrate an event? Before the event, during the event, after the event. Before the event, there is some amount of pleasure. During that event, that there is an immense pleasure. After the event, for after a few days, that pleasure is gone. So my master used to ask how many times you are going to celebrate that event again and again every year. Now what should I do? Celebrate your entire life. Make your entire life a celebration by self-discovery, by removing the error. Error in perception. My error in perception, I can give you 1,000,000 examples for 5 hours. You look at your dad on one day. My dad does not understand. That is error in perception. Why it is error in perception? Why you want to force your dad to understand? Why don't you live in happiness? Everyone has a different level of cognition, ability to perceive the event. They have a different interpretation. So you want to force your interpretation to your dad? And dad says that Nick is crazy. Ah, I don't want to listen to you. Then you get more frustrated. So that is the error in perception. Why you force your dad to have your way of interpreting the event? Why? Why? Because that will make you happy. So you are seeking happiness in your dad by agreeing to you. So what happens now? You have understood, you have a right knowledge. And dad, one time, your dad says, "No, Nick, it's okay. No, I don't agree with you." Thank you, dad. I appreciate you that you accepted. Even I have some disagreement, so you are still happy. You are still happy. But this is a smaller problem. Bigger problem comes when your dad agrees with you. And you go and you're, oh, your dad, my dad, you are my dad. So you forgot. There's a greater error in perception that you found happiness in your dad. That is why we celebrate event every year to forget everything. And we continue to live in suffering. So live in suffering. Who says? Master says that our master says if you want to, if you are if your mind keeps on with the error of perception, with the wrong notion, then keep on doing it. You don't want to understand. So when we do not want to understand, we are living in ignorance. So these pleasure moments during the celebration of an event or events causes more forgetfulness, causes more ignorance, causes more error in perception than the pain. Pain is acting as a teacher. In pleasure, we forget our own nature. So continue the journey from there. So our master says, this knowledge, Upanishad. You talked to me about that Upanishad, so I'm talking about this.
Yeah.
So teaching the Upanishad says that the pain and pleasure both are the teachers. We forget learning when we are totally absorbed in seeking pleasure from the world. World means, pleasure from your partner, pleasure from your money, pleasure from your food, pleasure from long list. If you believe in God, God created water. We created 1 million drinks and still we are unhappy. you find out. Oh, this apple juice is good. No, that apple juice is better. No, this soda is good. No, that soda is good. Our seeking pleasure made us mad. I tell you frankly. This is a madness. This car is good. No, that car is good. This hoodie is good. No, that hoodie is good. And how we get those impressions? That is the talk with everyone in the world.
So
So
what
we,
what are you saying?
we continue to live in ignorance. So you cannot control others to talk about it, but you maintain your awareness. Soda came from the water. Apple juice came from the water. Any drink, including the hard drink and the soft drink, the main ingredient without which that drink is incomplete is water. Water is created by the existence, and existence created a perfect material. We create imperfect material for a temporary pleasure. And we forget in temporary pleasure that happiness is within me, happiness is not out. You find out you give me any example. Existence created a cotton plant. We created maybe 1,000, maybe 100,000 brands of clothing. We don't see it is all made up of the cotton. We don't see that reality. We see error in perception. What is that error in perception? This shirt is from what? What a brand, I don't remember. Oh, Jose Bank or whatever the brands, it's from Macy or Kohl's and whatever it is. We see, I wear the branded shirt. Existence says it is all cotton. Why you are making yourself fool?
So you're using these different metaphors, but what's the lesson?
Message is that my mind should live in constant awareness. Eastern wisdom is nothing but the self-awareness program.
Awareness of what?
Self-awareness. Awareness of the self program. It is not the awareness of what pleases me, what I like may not be right. What I dislike may not be wrong. So mind creates that likes and dislikes. Likes and dislikes causes the attachment and detachment. Attachment and detachment is nothing but the thinking and the thoughts in my mind that results into desire, and from the desire to seek pleasure by having this brand of a cloth, by having this drink, by having this car. You should have this car if you have the resources. But what is my knowledge is clear. I don't have an error in perception. Error is not there. That this car is going to give me happiness. If I marry Miss Universe 2022, it will make me happy. You will be desperate and frustrated when there is a Miss Universe 2023. Ha ha. So, the main theme of the teaching is that as long as this mind seeks happiness, peace, love outside, in the world, of people, of place, of event, of things, of objects, you are living in ignorance. And the ignorance causes the suffering. Uh, should I go today to my dad and tell him that you are living in suffering? Then you are the craziest guy. Because you are treating the path of Eastern wisdom, you need not to tell anyone. You need to discern in your mind. You have to remove that ignorance in your mind. Let others live the way they live. You have no responsibility at all. Until you reach to a state where you exert an influence by setting an example. This guy was an engineer in India, very intelligent guy. He was learning from me for years. So there was and his wife also knows me, and they both were my students. So topic of the lesson was what was that? The word we say Maya, the delusion. So the delusion means what appears true is not true. Meet my husband. No, he's a man. He's not a husband. Meet my wife. She is a woman. She is not wife. Can you show me where is wife and where is husband? Can you show me where is the father written in your dad? Show me how your mind has branded that person as my dad, as my, for matter of convenience, living a material worldly life. I will continue to respect my dad, my husband, my wife, everything. But internally, I know that it is not. How? How is that possible? Like a Hollywood actor. Hollywood actor performs the role of a criminal. He does not return to his home and he says, "Come on, I am a criminal. I'm going to kill you, my honey, today."
Yeah.
So I gave that lesson that understand that part. It is a part of the delusion. The husband and a wife, they fight against each other. The man and the women never fight against each other. I tell you, that is the truth. The dad and the son fights against each other, but the two men do not fight against each other. A great message. So I told him, and then he went to his house and he said, "From today, you are not my wife." And she called me. What did you teach him? So many people create a very deeper level of delusion. I had a woman who learned last year, "No, I'm alone." I said, "Very good. So what happened? That why you are lonely?" "I'm lonely because I divorced just couple of months and I'm grieving." So you took the divorce? Yes, I took the divorce because he is the craziest guy. And still you are grieving? Yes, I'm grieving. I asked her. Pay attention. Eastern wisdom simply removes that layer of ignorance over the mind. I said, "You divorced?" Yes. "Divorce paper are there with you?" Yes. "And is that guy still your husband?" No. "Are you related to him in any way?" No. Why you are grieving? Our master says, we experience sorrow, suffering, grief without any reason. I tell you frankly. One of the greatest teaching. We'll come down to that in the following lessons, one after. But our master says that when the happiness is your essential nature and you are still claim that you are worthy of suffering, that suffering do not exist at all. Come on, I am suffering because my dad abused me. Uh, where is that abuse gone? Tell me. It is in my mind. Where that is it living in your mind or is it your interpretation? One example. or dad or husband or wife. I lack awareness. Eastern wisdom is all self-awareness program. It is emotional freedom program. It is mental transformation program. It is the discovery of the knowledge-oriented peace and happiness. It is not the action-oriented peace and happiness. What happens to the mind? Then the mind lives in silence. You gave me an opportunity to gossip, so I'm gossiping. And you are paying for the gossip.
Mhm.
So your mind remains in that freedom. That freedom is known as awakening. That freedom gives you the revelations in your mind. Because now the mind has nothing to get attached, nothing to live in the delusion. So that mind has nothing to wander anywhere. Why the mind will wander? So wandering is because of that delusion. Wandering is because the mind is seeking peace and happiness, love and wisdom outside. I'm not happy with you, so let me marry another. I'm not happy. I heard about 20 years ago when I was in India, so I heard that one American married 10 times. At 11th time, he went to a psychiatrist. Can you guide me and tell me whether I am the cause of divorce or those 10 women are the cause of the divorce? Because I divorced 10 times. You are the center of the divorce, so you are the reason. We don't realize this. When we don't realize this, that mind is deluded. Why it's deluded? Because it is emotionally dependent. Why it is emotionally dependent? Because that I am not aware who am I. I am consciousness. I am peace and happiness. That I don't recognize. Then what happens? Then I have moments of pain. Then I have moments of pleasure. Then I have moments of grief. Then I have moments of stress. Then my mind keeps on wandering and creating a cycle, vicious cycle. Because that mind, deluded mind, is so much hypnotized by the pain and the suffering, so it invokes the fear. You were talking about the fear. Fear, dissatisfaction, unhappiness. What if I talk to my relation? No, I talked last time and he or she was unhappy and she became agitated. Vicious circle, vicious circle, in delusion, emotional dependence, lack of self awareness. Mind has started working on me. I'm not working on the mind. Think, contemplate, reflect. The more we contemplate and reflect, the mind awakens to the reality, and the same mind tells you, stop this nonsense, and the mind stops. You're happy. A couple of years ago, when I used to sit in a restroom, so my son and my even honey used to listen to me. I used to cry. Sometimes there is a crazy thought. and that is deluded thought. And I said, crazy guy, stop this. He used to cry. So, whom did you say you're a crazy guy? I said, to myself. Your mind becomes so alert and attentive that it says, stop this nonsense. My dad just, stop this nonsense. My honey did this, stop this nonsense. You live into that extraordinary awareness, and the mind jumps and says, stop this, and it stops. Mind is free. Keep smiling. You need not to be serious. You see that. So, celebrating an event has become a custom, a ritual in every part of the world, in every society. What happened that we have forgotten the real purpose of that celebration. Real purpose of that celebration is to remind myself that the peace and happiness are within me, and I am expressing that peace and happiness in this celebration, in this event. That we have forgotten. It has become a custom, sharing a gift and giving gift, receiving gift, and then you open the box and I already have it. It's okay, but I should appreciate he has given me the gift. But you're not happy. You're not actually happy. But then we have to follow the society. Oh, what? Did you like my gift? No, I like your gift. I appreciate it. And by mistake, if you have given that gift to your friend who uses that gift, and the person who gave you the gift met that your friend, then they realize how much you love their gift. It happened in India. Sometimes we get a lot of gifts, so we exchange.
That's funny.
Yeah, it happens. It happened here also. But she was very true in New Jersey. She is Irish, migrated here. She told me, Girish, that I have 3 pieces of this gift, and I love you, so I want to just give you, not as a gift, but because I have 3, I want to spare one to you. I said, okay, you can. I said, you are too honest. She has been very honest to me. She helped me in my early days in US. Again, I'm returning to the same point. And celebrating an event has only one purpose. The real purpose is to express that peace and happiness which is my essential nature, physically, mentally, emotionally, in the relationship in the world outside. There is no other reason. Whether one gives me the gift or not, forget about it. So, as a seeker in the journey of the Eastern wisdom, if you keep that attitude and behavior and expression, what is going to happen? You celebrate every day. You celebrate happiness every day. Thank you, God, this guy cheated me because I was less aware. And in that lost awareness, my mind became little bit crazy and clinging with an attachment to get more benefit So I will live my life with extra awareness in my relationship to appreciate others and to remain unattached. You are celebrating your life every day. So anyone who has cheated you also given you the moment to celebrate. Aha, I now going to live in higher awareness. It gives you an aha moment. Last month I went to the dentist and she's a hygienist and I throw these, these phrases and the words everywhere because this mind is already crazy about that peace and happiness.
Yeah.
So, I got engaged and I said, oh, you got engaged? Wonderful. Can I ask you a personal question? Yes, yes. I'm cleaning your teeth. And I said, before you clean my teeth, how much percentage you believe you're...
How
How
much
much
what?
what?
how much percentage you believe that guy?
Oh.
I just throw unnecessary questions. 50%. I said, okay, I believe you, I trust you. You should do that. That is what the society says. I said, what is other 50% of the mind says about that person? Not a total belief. I said, okay, one. Second point. Maybe I don't like couple of his attitudes and responses. Very good. What is the third? She asked me, are you a counselor? I said, yes. I'm a coach. I won't say that I'm a counselor because I need a certification that I did not take. Where are you asking? I'm just asking for the sake of asking. No, no. What do you want to conclude? I said, as long as you have that disbelief in a person with a 50% belief, 50% disbelief, 50% this attitude, 50% that attitude, what exactly your mind will be in the next 2 or 3 months or 6 months. Are you creating not a vicious cycle of duality, of a conflict in your head by giving a wrong interpretation in your mind about his behavior and attitude? Why don't you talk to him? She's quite young, she is in her 30s. And oh, that's a good point. Should I? I said, that's your choice. I just asked you the question that my mind believes and do not believe. Pay attention to this. My mind likes and dislikes. My mind moves and acts with the preferences. Is my interpretation about my life. It has nothing to do with others' life. And if those thoughts are living in your mind, that will not allow you to live in peace and happiness at any moment, in any point in your life. I like you, hence I will be with you. But this like takes no time being converted into a dislike. Everyone. I used to like dad with certain 5 qualities. I used to dislike with 5 other qualities. When I went to my master, I said, what should I do? I said, why you are wasting your time in likes and dislikes? Why don't you drop like and dislikes? Let your father also live happily and you also live happy. You see the point of wisdom?
Yeah.
It's such a great point, and it took me almost 6 months to apply that. And one day it happened. He was angry over me. I said, Dad, can I make a cup of tea for you before you become angry? You have a right to be angry. I appreciate you. You claim that I am 100% wrong. Okay. I am running after these masters and I am not earning any money. You are right. So he looked at me with a surprise. He became more angry. I said, do you want to take a cup of tea first before you become angry? I maintained that. I did not react it. Because I'm not moving with the likes and dislikes. I did not challenge that why you are becoming angry. My life also changed and he did not dare to become angry after that. He did not until his death. No, I don't want to talk to you, okay, whatever you are doing, you're doing. That is everything.
Yeah.
Likes and dislikes. Go a little deeper. Likes and dislikes causes attachment and detachment. Attachment and detachment causes the desire. Desire causes the delusion. What is that delusion? That I always live, think, and act in a hope that other person will make me happy. Other event will make me peaceful. My dear friend, it has never been possible. It will never be a reality in anyone's life. That is one way to look at it. Other way to look at it, explore, contemplate, and reflect. What I like, is it good or bad? Is it good or right? What you like, if it is good and right, follow it. Explore what you dislike, is it good or bad? If it is good and right, drop the disliking, follow that. I used to tell my younger youth when I used to guide them, do you like to wake up? Do you like sleeping late in the morning? Yes. Is it good, right, or bad? Simple example.
Yeah.
I like particular sweet or dessert. Okay, very good. I'm overeating every time because I like it. Ask yourself, is it good and right? We celebrate events with our likes and dislikes. The birth of attachment and detachment causes the desire, delusion. After the delusion, the next step is the pride. We become little bit egoistic. A greed comes because of that egoistic, and then we are jealous. Our master says, my friend, they are the 6 enemies of the human life. Great enemies. They destroy our life. They don't allow to live in peace and happiness. And still we claim that it is because of the likes and dislikes I have to live in peace and happiness. in other ways. Another master explains differently that when these six enemies are living in your mind, mind is working on you. You have to work on the mind to live wisely. To live wisely is to live peace and happiness. And it is the birthright of every human being to live wisely. Strongest animal, lion. You put a sheep in the cage with one opening. That lion, how stronger they may be, if they are hungry, they will enter into the cage, and we put them into the cage.
Yeah.
They are intelligent, no doubt. They will look around, but they get carried away by their mind, which is operated by the nature. Question is, should we be operated by the nature so that my unconscious, habitual, and instinctive, impulsive mind continue to work on my life, or I should live wisely, use the free will and the intellect to find out what is right and good instead of what I like and dislike, to live wisely. It's an easy talk. You started with
Good talk. I like this talk.